Linkzr on the outside of the fight. Shanghai, ooh, they lose Roshan. That could be bad, but Boink falls on the other side of the fight. There's the kill onto Dia. So Linkzr putting matters into his own hand. Nice stick onto Freefeel. Turns away, and there's a quick D-Mac onto NG, courtesy of...
I gotta say, a big part of the reasoning why Shanghai didn't get as far as they did.
Dallas approach, Crumbs.
Yeah, this was just a stomp, really, from the first two maps. But you can see here, Linkzr, he actually hit a 33% scoped accuracy on Widowmaker. That's a critical hit scope, by the way. That is insane. Typically, people are averaging 15.
Target. Custa is no more. That heals. The resurrect. Everything is out the window here for Dallas.
That's so important because their own Mercy was down. Banny was out of that fight, so they need to equalize the healing potential on the other side of things. Now Linkzr's just going to be able to run wild on the Tracer. How they ever take this...
change anything. They just continued running the sort of Junkrat compositions they were running on Dorado and were having great success to it. And I mean, again, I'm confused. Dorado was the map that London won here, and yet there's still Houston coming out on top, and they haven't really changed up their playstyle too much.
Sideshow, what was going wrong for this London squad? Because it wasn't until...
Hey, he doesn't need it, but he hits headshots.
The tire put the fear of God in them, and they had to use the Valkyrie early. Zebo wanted to get higher out of range. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but shot after shot rains in, and Linkzr, yeah, look at that. He's getting pumped a bit, you know, hyping up the team. They know what they're capable of here, Houston.
Very fitting that Raucus got the kill feed credit onto Zebo's eye, as that hack onto Zebo means no Guardian Angel ability. No mobility for Mercy means that is dead on the ground. Hacks should just count as kills, in my opinion. At this high level with the coordination, when someone's hacked, they should die. Nice follow-up from his team.
Wow. Yeah.
that's the appropriate response.
That's painful. Especially if you were on the Florida Mayhem. Just getting picked off one after another. Going for the res side. I think not. Linkzr having none of it right now, and he's still alive. He still remains intact.
That's huge, and with the amount of time Zebosai has spent in spawn, he's nowhere near his Valkyrie. Meanwhile, Banny has popped a Valkyrie of his own and is just a chaotic diva, trying to buy time on the point. Not gonna happen though. Zebo's still not even close. Houston running roughshod over this final point.
Yeah, this is all Linkzr. He just hurls himself out like he is done. He's had enough, but the peels are there. Moma, Raucus reacting immediately. A 10-player kill streak here for Linkzr, who just cannot be stopped. His entire team are just standing in front of him, a barrier, not allowing Florida Mayhem to get in whatsoever.
Well, Zebo was sitting in hiding that entire time, knowing that there's no way his team's going to win if he just flies out there and dies. He had to wait till he got his Valkyrie. Now he brings some people back to life. This one's not quite over yet, despite being at 95%, but the kill feed's still all white for the away team as Houston continues to clean up.
That the tanks on their side are dying a lot. Compare that to Houston Outlaws, where Muma and Kumat are prioritizing survivability, protecting the support. You can see Hydration going for these plays. He had a few big moments, but ultimately was getting shut down a lot of the times by Kumat, by Muma, and that's the big difference maker here, is that Gladiators are trying to set up plays, right, for their DPS players, trying to enable Hydration, trying to enable Surefall, but as a result, they're dying a lot much easier.
But I think it goes a bit deeper than that, and it's an issue that is alone with the tanks of the Gladiators right now. I mean, out there, they're looking like they're trying to turn this into a soup kitchen because they just keep going forward on their own without any reason whatsoever.
It's quite often in terms of his actual positioning, but in general, the tanks are still playing well for Houston. It's just London had the
map that gets them into the finals of stage 1, or the playoffs at the very least. And Linkzr, I mean, how much can you really say about this guy? Takes out the Zenyatta so that there's no transcendence, and then it's just easy pickings here.
That's just a monstrous kill, yeah. You know, you call
that player is going to be Linkzr.
Yes, Linkzr had an amazing game right from the beginning. We described him as the X factor for the Houston Outlaws, and I think he had a hell of a game here. Particularly when we looked at Eichenwald and they were pushing forwards. And
he knows there's a Deadeye present. Oh, how has he done it? Linkzr's found himself 2 kills while Striker tries to avoid it. That's the fight already done.
Yeah, that's going to... Well, that's a great fight for Houston as well, because now you can actually get this position with Muma playing Orisa and Jake playing Junkrat that you exactly won. Dreamcast were
uses the rocket barrage there to take out Bonnie, because you imagine he probably will change here. You know, they're not going to run the far towards this later portion of the map. Maybe we see him switch. He will go over to Genji. So here's where we see the Deadeye come through as Linkzr.
Like indeed, and drop it down again. All the space in the world, and the DPS or the Houston Outlaws are rolling over the London Spitfire.
This was one of the win conditions that was put forth. The branch